I started with computers in one of my first jobs as a young adult and learnt there that it's all about just hanging in there by the skin of your teeth and working things out and getting things done. And then when I came into teaching a long time later, I still use this approach.
Lise Boscher is a Year 1 teacher at St Mary and John Primary School in Oxford. She's been teaching for 19 years. Lise thinks that she can make more of using presentation software in class. So we've challenged her to find out as much as she can to improve her presentation skills using ICT and to integrate her newfound knowledge into a lesson with her pupils. Following her progress through the challenge, you'll find out, among other things, how to use colour effectively in presentations, how presentations can be designed to help keep pupils engaged, and the difference sound and video can make to them. If you want to give it a go yourself, there's a range of useful support materials on the page for this programme on the Teachers TV website, including short how-to videos and case studies from other key stages and subjects. Lise is travelling down to Newport on the Isle of Wight to meet Joe Dale, leader of French at Node Hill Middle School.
What I'm really hoping for is some ways of doing things which I can understand and use immediately, so that I don't have to spend hours and hours trying to work out how to do something. I can just do it because then it becomes immediately useful, and something that will make the PowerPoint more interactive so that the kids are more involved rather than just sitting and watching. Hi, are you Joe?
I am indeed, you must be Lise.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Hiya.
She's going to spend the morning watching Joe teach 2 classes. First, it's his Year 8s, who are revising their French language skills relating to sports.
Je fais du judo.
Je fais du judo.
Je fais.
Je fais.
Je fais.
Je fais
Du judo.
du judo.
In Joe's lessons, he uses PowerPoint to create interactive presentations that engage his students. He combines these with traditional classroom techniques.
Michael.
You can find links to presentation templates and his lesson plans on the webpage for this programme on the Teachers TV website.
Okay.
Je fais de la gymnastique.
De la gymnastique. Parfait, très bien. Okay.
Je fais de l'athlétisme.
Et toi?
Et toi?
The presentation is displayed on the whiteboard in the background to provide students with stimuli and to trigger their vocabulary. Animations shoot across, appear and disappear, and spiral onto screen. This aims to ensure students concentrate on the presentation. After witnessing the first lesson, Lise is keen to find out the rationale behind Joe's presentation methods.
I think in the lesson what I was trying to do really was to have lots and lots of short-term goals and lots of quick little activities with movement and actions and what have you, so that the pupils always had to be on the ball and always had to be concentrating. They couldn't sort of drift off. I think that the beauty of ICT in this sort of context is you can increase the pace, have a huge variety. Each activity is really just a click away, and I think the pupils like that and they get used to it.
Joe uses Animation Factory, one of many online resources where you can get animations to use in presentations.
I think the animations are really excellent, and they can be increased to the full size of the screen without losing definition, because sometimes with an image, if you increase it, it goes all fuzzy. But apart from that, apart from actually paying for PowerPoint presentation software itself, everything else is done within PowerPoint.
That's right, because they were all looking, you know, even if they weren't actually answering or at the board, they were all thinking about it. You could see that.
And in a way what it's doing is it's bringing to life grammar, which can be quite dry, but using ICT in this context I think really makes it more interesting and engaging for the pupils, which is very, very important, I think.
In the second lesson, Lise observes Joe with his Year 5 class talking about their favourite school subjects.
Let's go. Oui. Le sport. Très bien. Let's go. Oui. Le dessin. Très bien. Oui. Les mathématiques. Très bien.
I noticed that you didn't always have a white background.
What I tend to do is, if it's a noun that I'm presenting, then it'll have either a blue background, a pink background, or a green background, whether it's masculine, feminine or plural, and I have that running through all my PowerPoints. I found the coloured backgrounds has really helped the visual learners to remember the gender of certain words.
If you're watching this on the Teachers TV website and would like to know more about how to change the appearance of text and objects in your presentation, check out the short video below.
La musique. La musique. Mettons la musique. Mettons. Très bien. La musique. Okay, la musique. Why has it got a pink background? Who can tell me? La musique. It's feminine. It's a feminine noun. Très bien. Super. La musique. That's why it starts with la and not le. Okay? Les sciences. Les sciences. Les sciences. Les sciences. Why has it got a green background? Because it's plural. Okay, so it starts with les. Excellent question. Starts with les. That's why. Les mathématiques. Les sciences. Excellent. Les sciences. Très bien. Les sciences.
There's loads of things that Joe's doing that I've never seen in a PowerPoint before. I wouldn't want to use cartoons as much because I've got the younger age group and they need concrete things. But Joe says that I could put in photos or videos instead.
Lise collects some more detailed instructions from Joe and is now going back to her own school to use the skills she's picked up to make her own interactive presentation. It's been 2 weeks since Lise met Joe, so let's see how she got on.
I've spent quite a few evenings at home getting to grips with the PowerPoints and trying out the skills that he showed. I feel a lot more confident now about clicking around and trying things out. I wasn't desperately keen on year ones having to use computers because I slightly felt it was a bit ridiculous for that age group. But now, having taught them for a number of years, I've seen just how much year ones can do. And it would be wrong to stop them from having that experience. I've also seen a lot of children who don't get that practice at home, and so they absolutely need to get in there early at school so that they're not frightened and so that they can catch up with their peers and come out at the other end as confident adults who can do things.
And now the time has come to put her new presentation skills into action.
We are learning to
Year 1 are planning a trip to the wildlife park to see some animals. So Lise is using her presentation in a cross-curricular lesson to get her pupils to think about what animals need to survive.
What do all living things need? What did you come up with? Elliot?
Care.
That is very true. Nadia?
Drink.
Drink?
After seeing Joe's presentations, Lise was worried that her younger pupils wouldn't react as well to the animations. So for the start of her presentation, she has embedded photographs the pupils can relate to.
Where's that picture from?
Opposite school.
Yeah, it's right near the school. And why do you think that picture's there? What do you think that living things need, that I mean with a house? Thomas?
A home to live in.
A home to live in?
For her next slide, she's managed to create coloured backgrounds similar to the ones seen in Joe's presentations.
This is a sorting activity that I wanted you to have a go at. And what I'm hoping is that these pictures will move so that you can drag them into the right place on the sorting diagram. What do you think the green space is for?
I think the green space is for plants.
Excellent. How did you know it was for plants?
Because plants are normally green.
Brilliant. That's what I was thinking, Finn. Well done.
Lise has been experimenting with something a little more complex called drag and drop. This is where text or images are moved from one place in the presentation to another.
Halima, would you like to try and move the grass? And you have to tap it and then try and drag it to whether you think it's a plant or an animal or not a plant or an animal. Will it move?
A problem occurs when the drag and drop technology fails to work. However, Lise improvises by letting the pupils point to the coloured sections they think the picture belongs in. She then moves the images to the correct place using her laptop. Her next slide incorporates sound and video, recorded on the school's previous trip to the wildlife park.
Here, there's an animal and he's got some company. Shout out when you see this tortoise's company. Well done.
If you're watching this on the Teachers TV website, look below for a short film on how to insert videos into your presentation.
Here's what you're going to do. Draw or build a space in a wildlife park to keep the animal healthy and you safe. So the lesson's just finished, the children have gone out to play. I'm quite pleased because when I went round and was talking to individual children, most of them could tell me something beyond food or water that the animals needed. I think that the presentation helped because they could see the animals in photos and in videos and they could relate it to themselves by seeing the photographs of themselves. And Joe had shown me how to do the split screen, which was embarrassingly simple, but you know, sometimes beautiful things are very simple. There were some technical hiccups. There was a lead that I'd forgotten to put back in. Some of the techniques used didn't quite work, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. But the videos worked well, and the animations worked, and the sound worked, and I'm very pleased about the sound working. On the last slide, I had used some animations to draw the children's attention to the key words. And then, of course, it was too interesting and they weren't listening to me. So Joe had shown me how to make the screen go black by pushing the B for black button, which worked beautifully. And then the screen went black and the children looked at me.
Lise is now confident enough to share her newfound knowledge with colleagues and help improve their ICT presentation skills.
I showed Jane in particular about adding sound to animations because she talked about making the PowerPoints with her class and how they'd all wanted to put sound on and how she didn't know. So I said, well, that's fine because I know how to do that now.
My children have been learning how to do PowerPoints, but you look at it, there's no interaction at all. So Lise has shown me how to do embedding videos, animations, drag and drop. I found it fairly easy, very straightforward. And often I'd clicked on things in PowerPoint and seen these drop-down menus and thought, I have no idea what that is. And I've been able to come back and, yeah, now I know what that means, I know what it does, and I can do it and I can try it.
Some of the things that Joe showed me were very simple. And some of the things that I found, because I was then spending the time clicking around, you know, having a go and just trying it out, were quite straightforward. So I would say just, you know, pick one or two things. And if it fills a gap, if it's addressing a need, if it's something that you can't do with real things, then go for it.
If you're watching this on the Teachers TV website and are interested to see how teachers of different subjects and key stages use presentation tools in the classroom, then have a look at our short films below.